Welcome. Am I on? Welcome to Boulder Rotary, the best place to be on a Friday afternoon in Boulder, Colorado. Please stand as Teresa leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now we will do the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And now, Bob Stunkel.
On this day of international peace, we draw upon a special person of inspiration, Dag Hammarskjöld. Dag Hammarskjöld was also remembered in this week on September the 18th, because in 1961, on a peace mission in northern Rhodesia, as Secretary General for the United Nations, our third Secretary General, his plane went down and he died. But he left also, along with his action for peace, his reflections. And very briefly, we draw upon one of those reflections in his book, which many of us know, Markings. Before thee, O God, in humility, with thee in faith, in thee in peace. And for the peace of our member and friend, Henry Lopez, we pray. Amen.
Yes, please sit down, except visiting Rotarians. So visiting Rotarians, and then we're going to do guest introductions. What we would like you to do when you stand to introduce yourself is to make sure you're looking at this camera so your picture can be projected. Any visiting Rotarians? No. Okay, so if you have a guest, if you could stand, and we're going to introduce the guests, starting with Sam Pottinger. You're going to look here in this little video camera.
Okay, this is Peggy, and she's the person behind our speaker today. The reason our speaker is going to be so great. Her name is Peggy Halderman. And I heard that you retired from the Park Service and you started a fundraiser that was like backpacks for kids to get food on the weekends. And that became a Rotary action. It was featured at the Atlanta convention. So what are you doing now? You're retired. Cooking. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Welcome. All right. So Erin.
I've got a guest today, Jack Turner, and Jack is from Durango. His wife's originally from this area, and they're actually moving back into the area. So they're coming to explore Rotary and get to know our club and get to know the lovely people here. And Jack's background is he is an elected official in the Durango area for the Rural Utility Commission and has a background in hydrology and environment. So, yeah, help me welcome him.
And Yancy has a guest.
Thank you. Today I am again excited to bring two outstanding high school students to our Rotary. As you know, once a month we honor these students, and I'd like to just let them say a word. We have Alexia and Miller from Boulder High School.
Hi, I'm Alexia. Thanks for having me here. I attend Boulder High School as a senior, and after high school I'm going to take a gap year to do volunteer work and really just learn more about myself. And then I'll attend college. I'm hoping to be a child therapist. Thank you.
Hi. Hi, I'm Miller. I'm a senior at Boulder High. I am going to be going to college to be determined for basketball. Um, thank you for having me.
Perfect. And Jean has the guest.
Yes, I'm honored to have Damiana Korka as my guest this afternoon. And she is a professional acupuncturist and studying for her doctorate. And she is the owner of the Korka Center for Sleep and Radiant Health.
All right, Jim.
Right, thank you. This is Rich Sellinger. Rich is visiting with us for the first time today. New friend of mine and also new to Boulder. Moved here from Jacksonville about 3 months ago and is looking to get involved in the community. And I thought that might be a good thing, an opportunity for him to find here. What do you think?
Yes.
All right, good. Good. Thanks, Rich.
Thanks. Okay, well now, do you know that Boulder Rotary is celebrating our 100-year centennial? Have you heard? Have you seen these signs? Well, it's a great celebration, and in honor of this, we're encouraging all members to participate in at least one way to serve or to celebrate. And so I want to share a couple of ideas, but before I do that, I want to just see, there's been a few ways that people have been serving. And so one way, there's this 1919 club you may have heard of, and there are people who've already pledged. Their names are on the back of the agenda. So if you're part of the 1919 club, could you stand, please, or wave? And I'm going to have everybody continue to stand. Thank you. Thank you. And there's lots of other ways for you to participate in 1919. But then any of you who did the Day of Caring last week with United Way, could you please stand and be recognized? That's one of the 100 ways. Yes, thank you. And every week it might be fun to sort of recognize that you are, all the people who are organizing and running things for the club, doing club service, you are doing one very important way of service. So thank you. You might be stand and recognize. They're too shy to stand. Okay. But let me give you another idea, and that is that Rotaract, we have a Rotaract club at the University of Colorado, and we are wanting to let Rotaract know the name and email address of any students attending CU that you may know. And so there's Nathan Koronek and John Mozeliak. Are you still with Rotaract? You could let John know, and then they would reach out to these students. So that's one way that you can help this year. Okay. Another idea is in this little document called 100 Ways, which is actually posted on our Boulder Rotary website. And one of the ways is to list 100 reasons why you like being a Rotarian, or even just come up with one. So, and let somebody else know. So, okay, back to Michael Brady.
Great. Thank you, Teresa, and welcome to all of our guests. I'm very sad to announce the passing of Crystal Lopez, beloved wife of our member Hank Lopez, after unexpected complications from a surgery. The viewing will be this Sunday at 6 p.m. at the Darrell Howe Mortuary in Lafayette. The funeral will be Monday at 10 a.m. at St. Louis Catholic in Louisville. Very sad to hear that. Sue Deans.
In one of those ironies of life, my schedule made up long ago was to talk about the world wars today, and on a day when we're going to hear about peace, and I guess that sort of goes together in some ways. The First and Second World Wars had a great impact on Boulder Rotary. As mentioned before, World War I had just ended when Boulder Rotary was founded, and many of the members who joined had been in the service and wanted to get back into their life in their community. In 1920, a meeting on November 12th was devoted to honoring the servicemen of the club who had served in the war. 11 names were listed, including A.A. Paddock, who was Laurie Paddock's father, Carbon Gillespie, and Harlow Platts, whose surnames live on as a street and a park. In World War II, 16 members left the club for active service. Historian John B. Schoolin said, "Our fightinest member is unquestionably Frank Marvin Dutch Westerberg." And we have a picture of Dutch right up there. Some of you probably remember him. Dutch was a foot slogger, a combat infantryman, drafted at age 35, and fought through several actions, including the never-to-be-forgotten Battle of the Bulge. Another sidelight of Dutch is that he was said to have seen every CU football game, 394 of them, from 1921 until 1999, when he passed away at the age of 94. Of those who stayed home from both wars, many of them served in various home front capacities. One list shows 8 members on the War Price and Ration Board, 2 on the National Defense Reemployment Committee, 8 in other aspects of national defense work, 11 on the board of the Red Cross, 6 on the United War Chest, 1 on the Veterans Advisory Council, and 1 on the Russian Relief Committee. Of course, Russia was one of our allies at the time. Later, numerous Rotarians served in war and peacetime in Korea, Vietnam, and other military endeavors. And often at our Veterans Day meetings, they still wear their uniforms, if they fit, or portions thereof. Thank you.
And to provide some context for our guests, this is our 100th year, and so every week we are having a new chapter, a new vignette telling our history. So between now and the end of April, when it culminates, we're getting a great reminder of the wonderful history of this club. So Bob Stunko and Meryl Gustrom, why don't you guys come up? And while you're coming up, if you have a raffle ticket, pull it out, because you might be the winner. This is the winning number. 8274041. 4041. Who's got it? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? There we go. Who's right there? Somebody. Okay, we got a winner. Great. Go see George Garmany and he'll pay you out. Come on up, guys.
That's always fun.
Each year, we've had a Walk for Unity in Boulder, and the idea is to get different religious groups together and secular groups together to all march for peace and unity in our world. It's held on September 30th from 2 o'clock to 4:15, and it starts at the synagogue on Baseline, Har Hashem, and moves around to different churches and the mosque. So we want to invite everyone to come and take part in the Walk for Unity.
And Meryl, we remember that the first Walk for Unity 5 years ago on Baseline, which had been so severely flooded, and each of these faith communities so affected by the flooding, that Walk for Peace and the developing Walk for Unity has been very important to our community. Last year, over 500 people. We hope for even more in the March for Unity this year.
Hey, as Sam comes up to introduce our speaker, I just want to say Jim Holderman, he's a friend of mine, so I was so excited to see his name on the presentation list, the program list. I remember many years ago, I asked him, I said, you were district governor. What did you think of it? He's like, well, Mike, it was $1 million experience. You couldn't pay me $1 million to experience. So with that introduction, Sam. Thank you, Jim. Okay, we have some September birthdays that we want to acknowledge. So go ahead, John Sullivan.
Hi, I'm filling in for George Russell today. Thank you. I got some big boots to fill. George is celebrating his 60th high school reunion in Sherman, Texas, where he first put on his cowboy boots. So we have two people with us at the table today. First, Dave Darmore. Dave doesn't want to say anything. Bless you, says Mike. He thinks to himself. The second is Rich Irvin.
Sorry, but my birthday was September 19th, which is a holiday. How many people know about that holiday? Which is Arr! It is Talk Like a Pirate Day, which is International Talk Like a Pirate Day, which has been around for about the last 30 years. So, Arr to all of you.
Thank you very much. Happy birthday. I know we got a picture to take, so I'm not going to say.
Well, it's okay. The photographer's not here yet, so I'm kind of sweating it.
Boy,
but I'm hiding it inside.
Now you need George Russell to be here because he could sing a song or something. And
well, we'll have you tap dance later on. That's one of the duties of President-elect. So, all right. So, moving right along, we've got a video. Oh, okay. Sorry, man.
We can sing a song, still time.
I already thought about that.
Marty does.
So if you're wondering how you can have your name up there, you can be a sponsor for our signature event, November 3rd. It is our Roaring Rotary 1919 signature fundraising event. It is going to be fun. It's going to be classy and lots of opportunity for you to use your money to support our good works. We have already sold 100 tickets, and we have a capacity of 170. So don't wait. $139. Anne-Marie, would you stand up and wave? That's Anne-Marie, okay? She'll take your money. So let's see. We're moving right along to the announcements video.
Hello, Rotarians and guests, and welcome to the Boulder Rotary PowerPoint for September 21st. You are 100.
On this International Day of Peace, may peace be with you.
And rule over this land and the world. Hey, have you joined Club 1919 yet? Well, we've had a successful kickoff to the Centennial Campaign, and now we're seeking donations of $191.91 or greater. Our goal for this fundraising campaign is 100% participation from club members.
Funds raised will support 3 legacy projects that align with club initiatives in the areas of peace building, water and sanitation, and mental health. It's worth mentioning again, and we just love this graphic. Roaring Rotary.
I've always been a reader. So somehow I found out about the homebound, and I've had it now for about 5 years. When I know it's library day, my anticipation is like waiting for Christmas.
The Literacy Committee is rocking it, and they've added a new literacy program last spring, joining with Boulder Public Library to provide books and delivery service to homebound patrons. Ruth Irvin, Norris Hermsmeyer, and Darla Sheath have already been trained, and they'd like you to join them in the training, which is Wednesday, October 17th from 1 to 2 p.m. at the Boulder Public Library. Contact Darla with any questions. Here's to you, Boulder Rotary.
Happy hour on Tuesday, October 2nd from 5 to 7 p.m. at Element Bistro in Gun Barrel. Come and hang out with us.
Gonna be great. Man, it's a great thing that you people look so fantastic today.
It's almost time for us to run outside for our 100th year photo.
Well, I'm feeling kind of autumnal today.
Say it with us now.
Have a great weekend.
Okay, Steve Walker, you got an announcement. So while you're coming up, where's Steve Walker?
I'll do it right
there you
here.
are.
I want everybody to be aware of an event that's going to be happening on Saturday, September 29th from 10:30 to 12:30 in the morning. A group called Generation Exchange, which includes undergrads at CU that are volunteering to help those over 50 to deal with one-on-one coaching for totally personalized questions with respect to their electronic devices. There's no such thing as a stupid question, and breakfast and coffee are included. If you're interested, contact me afterward.
All right. Okay, a couple more announcements that didn't make it into the video. The first one is our program next week has changed. So the new program is Jean Dubofsky, who was the first woman Colorado Supreme Court Justice. So that's one to come. Next one is we're in hot political season right now. So I just want to remind everyone, Boulder Rotary, we're a non-political organization. It's so important to us that we don't take a political position, that it's in our Constitution and in our bylaws. So if you mail something out to your friends, that's what's great about Boulder Rotary. We're all friends. Be very careful that you have gotten received their permission and that they are close friends of yours. So I just want to remind you of that. Okay, but you'll never receive something from the club in the club's name on any political position. So I would like to say a couple thank yous. Past president greeter was Darla Sheath. Red badge greeter was Kelly Child. Member and guest registration, Alessandro Sachs, Sarah Amarani, and Judy Pitt. The raffle was Dan Shear. Well, this is the first meeting I've ended on time and early, and the photographer's not here. I mean, so I'm thankful that we're gonna have a photo here sometime. Let's see here now. Let's see. So it sounds to me like we need to do some songs, and fortunately, we have Teresa who's gonna join us. Let's do that ROTAY one.
Yes. Where's okay. I was looking for Marty. It turns out that we used to, in Rotary, Boulder Rotary, sing a lot of songs, like every week. And so a few of us got together a couple of Sundays ago, and we reminisced by singing some of our old favorites. And I don't have the songbook with me here, or the words, but you're going to remember. We're going to start with this one called ROTARY. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3. ROTARY, that spells Rotary. ROTARY, cross the dance sea. East to west, north to south. It profits most to know the best. I don't know the words. ROTARY, that spells Rotary. Sam knew all of the words. That's great.
What was the second one?
Oh, where do you have the when you smile? Oh, great. So
I don't know who's more excited, you or me, but I'm pretty sure it's me. So what's the deal? So we should make our way out there? Okay, so when you say out there, you mean by the parking lot. Out and to the right. Okay. I gotta do this so that the meeting's officially ended. Right? So the club photo, this is gonna be the 100th year. So we're gonna be looking at this for like the next 100 years. Out the door and to the right, meeting adjourned. Oh, straight ahead. You'll figure it out. A bunch of people. Follow everybody else.